Hello everybody. In today's video, we are going to be speaking about dreams, specifically premonitory dreams. What are premonitory dreams? Some people prefer to call them prophetic dreams, but I will use the scientific term since I will be bringing information from what we know from psychology, from psychoanalysis, and also from what we know from the sources of the scholars. And we know prophecy and many topics. So I'll make a combination here of ideas, concepts, and will develop further this idea of dreams, specifically dreams that come with a premonition, meaning there are certain human beings who are able to recollect some kind of information that they obtain through dreams, and these dreams could be an advance, or let's say a foresee of the short or near future that events that will happen in the life of that person. And according to psychologists, they say that all human beings, we have the ability or the capacity to have such dreams, but certain people who are more open or have a better predisposition to these dreams, or to let's say capture their dreams, or are attentive to these dreams, then these people have more chances or the probability to have certain dreams with premonitory signals or messages and things like that. But according to psychologists, they say that all human beings have this capacity, but there are other people who simply ignore them, discard them, and that's why some people, or the majority perhaps, dream and you cannot remember what you dream about next morning when you wake up. Because it says, according to the psychologist, your mind, in order to protect itself, blocks those images, sounds, messages, and in order for us to technically behave in a more rational way, people who tend to be very rational, usually their mind, their brains automatically shut down all those images, and that's why in the majority of the cases people don't remember their dreams. And it's because the brain is trying to protect itself in order to remain sound, technically, because if you start telling people that you're having such and such dreams and that they happen, people might think that something wrong with you or you are going crazy or something. Because if they haven't experienced this, they cannot really put themselves in your place or understand this. But the idea of having dreams that are able to, or in dreams people get certain information about a near future that pertains their life or the life of a relative or a friend or someone else, is something that is common across the world, across cultures, across religions. It has nothing to do with culture or religion, because this is happening throughout time in many cultures. Even from history, we have records from the Sumerians in the old days, 5,000 years ago. The Sumerian civilization, we have from history, we have records of people who used to write down their dreams and premonitory dreams with all of this kind of knowledge and this kind of information. Now, regarding dreams, like I said, it's very important. Dreams are very important. According to the scholars, they say that dreams are 1/6 of prophecy. In fact, we have records, we have in our books, that the prophets receive messages from God through dreams. Many prophets, this is a common way to receive prophecy, to receive messages from God, that the prophets left constants or left writings about such dreams in which they recollect the messages that God gave them. Now, it seems to be that all human beings, like I said, have the ability to have certain dreams with some kind of premonition. I'm not saying that these dreams are I'm not saying that these people are prophets or all these things. No, what I'm saying is that people seems to have this ability, because, like I said, dreams, when you are sleeping and you have dreams, are like 1/6 of prophecy, meaning you are able to get some information about what could pertain to your life. And for example, I know of people that they have dream about things that happen to them within a week, within a month, in 3 months, in a year. There is a very famous case, and I will bring it. I will in fact quote it, because while I was preparing for this video, I came across this story. It's a real life story, and I will quote. This is an incident that took place in May 1979. It became very well known in the United States because it involved a tragic accident that occurred to an American Airlines airplane, in which 270 something people died when the airplane crashed, and 272 passengers died, and the tripulation, everybody died. It was a huge tragedy. And there is a person, David Booth, that this man, um, who used to live at this time live in Cincinnati of Ohio. This person was having dreams about this accident for 10 consecutive days. Day after day, he was having a dream in which an airplane crashed and all people died. And each day, the dream was clearer and clearer with more details. He was able to tell the airline everything. So what he did, he called the airline and he told them about what will happen, about what he see in his dream. I mean, he was going crazy with all these dreams. This person was not, this never happened to this person before. So it happened that he called the airline and he told them about his dreams, and with precise details, he described everything. And 4 days later, actually, what he saw in his dream happened. And later on, this was on the news and was all over. And then someone from the airline made this case public, and they themselves, the people from the airline, said that what this man was able to tell them days before the tragedy happened was very accurate. The detail, the description of all the things that this person was seeing in his dream actually happened, and there was a huge disaster, great damage, because, like I said, more than 200 people died. So this is an example of something that actually happened. Someone who was able to see certain things in dreams. Like I said, we actually science try to explain sometimes why this happened. In other cases we quite don't get why certain people are able or more open to this and others not. This is in fact what some people are saying, specifically Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis. He, in his books, he wrote certain books about dreams, and he explains that dreams are like the door to our unconscious mind. He calls the mind, or equivalent, he puts like comparison, the mind like an iceberg. And you see, you only can see the tip of the iceberg, but under the iceberg, there's water and there's a lot of life going on there. So what he's saying is that we have a lot of thoughts, ideas, images that we in a daily basis see, and all of this is under, and the unconscious mind is all suppressed. And one way or another, because of this, then we are able to have dreams. Now, Carl Jung had a different approach to what Freud is saying. That's why he has some kind of crush with Freud, because for Carl Jung, dreams are not simply suppressed things in your unconscious mind. For Carl Jung, in what he wrote in certain books also about dreams and premonitory dreams, Carl Jung says that, first of all, we have our conscious mind and unconscious mind. All human beings have an unconscious mind. And he said that all of the unconscious minds of all human beings on earth are connected. And he called these the collective unconscious. And because all the minds are connected, and all of these universal connection that we all human beings have, because we are kind of energetically or spiritually connected, according to Jung, he's saying because of this we're able to access certain knowledge and certain information that will actually happen in a short time. And because of this, some people are able to have access to this information when the bridge between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind, that bridge is kind of open or clear, and the information, the flow of information or the flow of energy is able to go and return back and forth. When this the bridge is clear, basically what he's saying is then we're able to access certain information, and that comes from the unconscious, from the collective unconscious, and then that's why certain people are able to have these kind of premonitory dreams in which certain things that pertain to their life or to the life of others actually happen. Because according to them and to the mystics, because Jung read a lot of books from the mystics, according to Jung and to the mystics across cultures, because they all have this similar understanding about this, in the unconscious mind there is no time and space according to our own understanding, meaning the unconscious works in a different time than the actual time that we function. The actual time from the clock is not the same time for your dream, your mind, or when you're unconscious, when you're having these kind of dreams. That's why people are able to dream that they are going on a trip, and they go for lengths and for months, and returning a year later to their home, and meaning they could months, years already pass in your mind, in your dreams, and you were just sleeping or dreaming for 5 seconds. So in your dreams you're able to travel to places and go here and go there as if it took like a longer time. But meaning that the idea what the Jung is saying here, and the mystics say the same, is that our mind, especially when the unconscious mind works at a different time than the actual time that we have. And this is a very secret topic among the mystics, because the mystics say, and I will reveal it here, the mystics say, and the physicists say also, that there are times within times, and times that are encapsulated within different times. And that's why, for example, the time here is not the same time in Mars or Jupiter or in different places of outer space. And there are many times within time. I'm not gonna go deep into that concept, because that perhaps is a topic for a different video about times within time. This is all physicists and quantum physics theories, and it's all developed by the mystics hundreds of years ago. But the Jung and the psychologists are saying, yes, when we dream, there's a time that is not our time. That's why we are able to have such dreams about places here and there, that is things happen too fast and we been just dreaming for a few seconds. So when the bridge between the conscious and the unconscious is clear and the information flows back and forth, then you are able to have these premonitory dreams in which things happen. Like I said before, for example, this could also, it's very interesting. There are certain people also that, let's say that you have a strong connection with someone else. It could be that you have a strong connection with your mom, or with your father, or with a friend, or with your wife, with the person that you love. If you have a strong connection with these persons, it is possible, and I will bring here more a religious, theological, mystical development now. If you have a strong connection with these people, it is possible that you have certain dreams in which you can see things that affect your life and the life of the other person with whom you have a strong connection. And you are able to see things or to have dreams in which things that you dream actually happen. It could happen within a week, or within 2 weeks, or a month, or 3 months, but actually happen. And I know people who have dreams like this, who are these people are able, for some reason, before they were not happening, and suddenly one day they still having some dreams that they repeat itself, in which they dream with the person, someone who is they have a very strong connection with this person, someone that this person loves, and then the person is able to foresee things that affect him and that person, for example. And it actually happened exactly as the person dreamed, with the details exactly. And the person is able to have certain dreams that repeat at certain intervals of time. For example, there are people who are dreaming, and suddenly in the dreams they are dreaming with about someone. Let's say the person that they have this strong connection. Let's say a mom, for example, or a wife, or a love, someone. You are dreaming with this about this person, and suddenly, when you wake up, right there, you were dreaming with this person about this person, and suddenly this person calls you or texts you, and you cannot explain how that happened. There's no explanation, because you're having a dream, and suddenly you dream that this person is calling you or texting you or something, and this person right there on the spot actually does that. You cannot explain that. Or you dream certain things about what will happen and actually happen. It's kind of complicated to understand this. I also believe, and I will bring here religious mystical explanation. I also believe that people who have premonitory dreams are people with good hearts, people who are pure, because someone whose mind is dirty, full of evil thoughts, whose heart is dirt with horrible things, horrible thoughts, and bad and anger and all of the horrible traits, people like that cannot have this kind of premonitory dreams. In my opinion, someone who to have this kind of premonitory dreams must be someone who is really a good person, someone who has a pure heart, someone who has a pure thought and clean mind. And that's why, like Jung said, the bridge between the conscious and the unconscious is clean, and then you are able to access this information. Someone who is not clean, that is not pure, it's very difficult to have such dreams. Almost not impossible, but it's not. It's quite difficult. There are certain ways in which people are able to induce these kind of dreams onto themselves, but this is some people use certain substances and they practice some kind of things to induce dreams, some kind of prophetic dreams. But this is, you are manipulating things in this case, and not is not natural. And this is what's important, because sometimes we know from religion, sometimes we know, as they explain and say, that God wants to communicate something, wants to tell you something. And like I said, sometimes if you are able to dream with someone else, with your mom, for example, or with your wife, and it actually happens, or the other person also dreams with you, is because there is a strong spiritual or energetic connection that possibly makes it possible for you to dream about this person or with this person, and the other person will dream also about you or with you, because there's an energetic and strong connection here. And that's why certain people are able also to, when they have a dream, say, oh, today I dream with you, and I saw you in my dream. And this person might tell you, really, I also had a dream and I saw you in this dream the same day, perhaps. And this is a very interesting topic for the mystics. Why I say for the mystics? Because we know from religion, and the mystics emphasize this very much, that when a person goes to sleep, you are sleeping, the soul leaves the body. God, the Almighty Allah, takes the soul out of the body when you are sleeping, and He returns your soul when you wake up. That's why when a person wake up, usually when you wake up, you are like you are like if you are breathing again, like if you haven't noticed this, check it out next time. When you wake up, you will see that you wake up like this, like if you're awake suddenly, and it's because your soul came back. The Almighty returned your soul to your body, and if He wants you to die during the sleep, while you are sleeping, He will not return your soul. That's how it works. And it's interesting that we find this teaching across religions, that when you are sleeping, the soul leaves the body, the Almighty takes your soul, and the soul goes up to the spiritual world, because we are a soul in a body, meaning we are spiritual beings in a human body. So when the soul is able to leave the body, the mystics say that if you in your dream, maybe you will agree with what I'm going to say, maybe you disagree, but I will say it anyways. The mystics say that when the soul leaves the body and goes up to the spiritual world, you are able to see other spirits, you might be able to see angels or something, because you are spiritual, being, and you're going up to the spiritual world where the Almighty takes your soul. Usually you don't remember nothing of these when you wake up. When you wake up, you don't remember nothing, but the soul left the body. If the Almighty doesn't want the soul to come back, the soul is not going to come back. But when you left the body, you went up to the spiritual world and you have to see other spiritual beings. Now, there's a very beautiful teaching from the mystics that they say that if you go to sleep and you have a dream, and in your dream you see another human being. They say in the dream you see your mom or your friend or your beloved, and you dream with someone. They say beautifully, they say that you actually saw that person when your soul went up. The other soul of the other person also was out of the body, and both souls were able to see each other in the spiritual world, and you think you saw each other in a dream, but the mystics say that the souls actually saw each other in the spiritual world. That's why when I say, I dream with such person, I dream with someone such and such person, and say, no, you didn't dream. You actually saw that person, because when your soul left, the other soul also left. All the souls, when they go to sleep, leave the body, and you perhaps saw that soul, and that's why you think, I dream. No, you saw it for real. That's what some mystics say. Maybe you don't agree with this or not. It's a kind of beautiful story. I'm saying it for information purposes. So the whole point of this is that the world of dreams is vast, wide, and we are still trying to find the answer to so many questions that we don't know. We sometimes speculate, we bring theories, we bring what we know from the books, what we know from prophets, from prophecy, from this here and there. But it's the whole world that we still have a lot to find out, to research, to find the truths. But the reality is that people who have premonitory dreams actually, like I said, it seems that we all have this capacity. Some people are more open to this or develop, or they are close to this, and that's why you don't remember nothing or you don't have these dreams. But certain people have these dreams. And not to mention that there are certain people who are able to see images also, and accidents, or so when some people might see in their dreams like someone will die and actually happen. Like I said, I know people who like this, who have certain dreams like this that actually happen with specific details. So something very interesting. And this is also a story I remember now. There's a story like this in my family. Someone that died a couple of years ago, and someone else from the family was able to see in the dream what will happen to this person. And they said, don't go to this place because maybe there will be an accident, this and that. And this person didn't believe in that, what this person saw in the dream, and actually when the person died. So I don't know how to explain these things. Like I said, this happened actually in my family. So it's a complicated subject. How to explain these things is a whole world of mystery yet. There are many secrets that we still don't know. There are things that we don't understand, but sometimes God wants to communicate things, or these premonitory dreams, things that will happen, actually happen. They're giving you hints. We have also certain abilities like sixth sense, and sometimes even you don't have to dream. Sometimes you go to a place, for example, you might think, I'm not going to take this road because I feel something bad perhaps could happen. And it happened that if you avoid that, later on you find out that it was an accident down that road, for example. There are many stories like that also. But like I said, this is a very wide topic, and just bringing here and there a few details about dreams, specifically premonitory dreams and things like this. So it's a very wide and open field of research. No one has the absolute truth. We still are trying to find out the answers, but it's a very fascinating and interesting topic. As always, I want to thank you so much for your attention. Leave your comments if you have anything to say about dreams, premonitory dreams, prophetic dreams. I don't know. It's a wide field of knowledge. Thank you so much. And God willing, we'll see each other in the next video.